Hello, I'm Dr. James. What if I told you there might be one single, significant mistake you're making every day that's actively contributing to your foot pain and numbness, even making it worse? It's not a new medication you need, nor is it a complicated diet change, and it's certainly not something you only do once in a while. In fact, it's something you put on your feet first thing every morning, often without a second thought. I'm talking about your socks, especially if you're over 60, and perhaps you've been grappling with that frustrating tingling, burning, or pins and needles sensation we know as nerve discomfort. What I'm about to share with you could be a complete game changer. It's the silent saboteur, hiding in plain sight in your top drawer, and it's time we shine a light on it. The wrong kind of sock isn't just mildly uncomfortable. It's literally squeezing the life out of the delicate blood flow and vital nerve signals traveling to your feet. This creates a constant, low-level physical stress that directly contributes to chronic discomfort and that unsettling instability, making every step feel like a risk. Here's the often overlooked truth. Many popular socks, readily available and marketed to all adults, are actually designed with features that are detrimental to the health of senior feet. They're built for short bursts of activity, not for long-term comfort and optimal circulation. I'm going to show you exactly which socks you need to remove from your wardrobe right now. More importantly, I'll reveal 3 simple, inexpensive switches you can make today to start experiencing real relief, often in a matter of days. You might think the solution is as simple as buying a looser size, but it's not. The actual problem is far more subtle, often hidden in the fabric, the seams, and even a design feature called non-binding that unfortunately doesn't always live up to its name. Stay with me, because the third type of sock I'm going to reveal is the most common culprit, and the simplest fix for it will genuinely surprise you with its effectiveness. Imagine waking up with significantly less pain and more confidence in your stability. As a professional dedicated to helping people in their best years maintain their mobility and comfort, I've seen this frustrating cycle repeatedly. Patients come in with worsening foot discomfort, sometimes that pins and needles, or just a heavy, tired feeling. And after reviewing their diet, medications, and activities, the answer is often literally right there on their feet. I want to talk to you directly. I understand that frustration, that buzzing feeling in your feet at night, or feeling like you're walking on marbles. It subtly diminishes your quality of life, making you hesitant to take that walk, to play with the grandkids, or even just stand comfortably in your own kitchen. The truth is, as we age, our bodies require gentler, more supportive care, especially at the furthest points from our heart. The intricate nerves and tiny blood vessels in your feet are often the first to feel pressure, so what you wear on them matters immensely. We're not here to discuss complicated medical procedures. Instead, we're going to focus on a simple, foundational change that can provide real, tangible relief. Over the next few minutes, I will walk you through the 6 critical things to look for in a sock, explain why certain fabrics are silent culprits, and provide you with a daily foot care plan that perfectly complements your new sock strategy. This isn't just about managing a condition. It's about reclaiming your freedom to move, to live actively, and to enjoy every moment without unnecessary discomfort. Let's start by addressing the first and most critical mistake in sock choice. The number 1 sock you absolutely need to stop wearing immediately is anything with a tight elastic band at the top. This might sound obvious, but take a close look at what you own right now. Many dress socks, and even some athletic socks, incorporate a reinforced, high-tension band designed to keep the sock perfectly up all day long, preventing it from slouching. While that might seem tidy and convenient, for someone with delicate circulation or existing nerve issues, this tight band is essentially a microscopic tourniquet. Think about what happens when you wear a tight rubber band on your wrist. The pressure restricts the free flow of blood and the nerve signals. Now imagine that pressure on your calf or ankle for 12, sometimes 16 hours a day. Over time, that constant constriction can worsen existing circulation challenges. It impedes the return of blood back to the heart, leading to swelling or what we call fluid buildup in the lower legs, and it literally presses against the superficial nerves. A simple test you can do right now. Take off your current socks. If you see a deep red indented ring circling your leg that takes more than a few minutes to disappear, you are wearing a sock that is too restrictive. This constant squeezing contributes to that heavy, painful feeling in your feet and ankles by disrupting the natural flow. Why does this matter for seniors? Because our blood vessels are naturally less elastic over time, making them more vulnerable to outside pressure. The fix is simple. You must switch to socks, specifically labeled as non-binding or diabetic socks, which are woven with minimal tension from top to bottom, often using a looser weave in the calf area. Look for a sock that stays up not because of a tight ring, but because the whole sock is knitted in a way that grips gently. The next major sock error is wearing thick, bulky socks, especially with heavy seams at the toe. Many people reach for these super plush, thick socks, especially in the winter, thinking that more cushioning equals more comfort. But here's where it gets surprising. Excessive bulk is actually detrimental to foot health. First, a thick sock takes up too much room inside your shoe. If your shoe was already a perfect fit, a thick sock turns it into a tight vise. This constant pressure squeezing the toes together and against the top of the shoe increases friction. This friction, combined with moisture, is a recipe for foot ulcers, blisters, and calluses. More critically, the thick material, while initially feeling soft, can restrict the tiny movements of your toes necessary for balance. When your foot and ankle are restricted, you rely more on your vision and inner ear for balance, which can increase your risk of a stumble. Second, let's talk about those seams. If you can feel a thick, raised ridge where the toe box of your sock is closed, that seam is digging into the tips of your toes with every step. For someone with delicate skin or diminished sensation, this constant pressure point is an invisible irritant that can lead to skin breakdown and pain, without you even realizing it until it's too late. I remember a case where a gentleman's persistent foot soreness was entirely eliminated just by switching to seamless socks. This switch prevented the microtrauma caused by the rubbing seam. Always choose socks that are seamless or have a hand-linked toe closure, which means the seam is completely flat and undetectable to the touch. This single change can drastically improve your daily walking comfort and reduce the risk of skin injury. Now, for the third sock type you must avoid, and this one is the most common offender: cotton-only socks. Most people think cotton is the gold standard because it's a natural, breathable fiber. And while that is true for t-shirts, it's a disaster for feet, especially senior feet where moisture management is key. Cotton loves water. It absorbs sweat and moisture like a sponge. And once it's wet, it stays wet. This creates a perpetually damp environment around your skin. Why is this so problematic? That warm, moist environment is the perfect breeding ground for foot issues. But more importantly, it causes your skin to become waterlogged and fragile. This fragile, softened skin is much easier to tear, blister, and break down from friction. For people dealing with nerve discomfort, where skin integrity is already a concern, maintaining a dry, healthy skin barrier is crucial. You might think this is enough. It's not. The other issue with wet cotton is that it loses all its cushioning ability when damp and bunches up easily, creating hard pressure points inside your shoe. Instead of cotton, you should be looking for socks made from high-performance synthetic blends or natural wools, like merino wool. These materials are designed to wick moisture away from the skin. They pull the sweat off your foot and push it to the outside of the sock fabric where it can evaporate, which keeps your foot dry, cool, and protected. Think of it as a protective barrier against moisture-related issues. The immediate feeling of dryness and reduced clamminess is a simple luxury that translates to better foot health. Before I give you the best specific sock materials and an action plan, let's discuss the surprising issue of socks with internal ridges, or heavily ribbed patterns. You often see these in socks designed for rugged wear, or in some specialized compression stockings. While a mild, external ribbing for stretch is fine, internal ribbing, especially in the sole or sides, can create patterns of pressure and release that might seem helpful, but are actually irritating. Imagine walking on a tiny woven checkerboard all day. These small ridges inside the sock material create localized pressure points. For a healthy foot, this is generally unnoticeable, but for a foot with compromised nerve function, these subtle, continuous pressure changes can be perceived as irritation, increasing that burning or tingling sensation. The goal for a sensitive foot is a sock that feels like a second skin, smooth, consistent, and gently enveloping, providing even pressure distribution across the entire foot surface. Furthermore, socks that are too heavily patterned or textured on the inside often rely on that bulk to provide their shape, which leads back to the bulkiness problem we discussed earlier. Look for socks that have a smooth interior finish. When you turn the sock inside out, the interior should look as flat and uniform as the exterior. This ensures that every millimeter of your foot is receiving the same gentle support, without irritating ridges or pressure points, reducing the constant sensory input that can overwhelm and fatigue already sensitive nerves. The fifth critical mistake, and one often made by well-meaning family members, is choosing the wrong level of compression. Compression socks can be incredibly beneficial for circulation, but only if they are the correct type and pressure. Compression socks come in various pressure ratings, measured in millimeters of mercury, mmHg. These compression levels are typically described as mild, moderate, or firm. The issue arises when a senior starts wearing a moderate or firm compression sock without professional guidance. While firm compression is essential for treating specific conditions, for general daily wear and mild foot discomfort, a sock that is too tight can actually be counterproductive. It can be difficult to put on, leading to skin tears and frustration. If improperly sized or too strong, it can create a sharp pressure line that makes the very circulation issues it's trying to solve worse. The general rule for daily comfort is to opt for mild, non-medical grade compression socks that are designed specifically for comfort and ease of wear. These provide a gentle, graduated squeeze, which means the pressure is greatest at the ankle and gradually reduces up the leg, helping to encourage blood flow. But here's the key. If you have a history of heart issues or more complex circulation issues, you absolutely must speak with your care provider before introducing even mild compression to ensure it is safe and appropriate for your specific health profile. The key is gentle, even support, not forceful restriction. The final sock mistake is wearing socks that are the wrong length. This is a subtle point but important for lower leg circulation. Many seniors wear ankle length or no-show socks exclusively. While these are fine for some situations, they can be problematic if they rely on a tight band right around the ankle bone to stay up. This high-tension ring directly over the delicate ankle area can restrict flow and cause discomfort, especially during long periods of sitting or standing. The ideal sock length for maximizing comfort and circulation is the crew length or mid-calf length. These socks have two advantages. First, they allow the elastic or non-binding weave to sit higher up on the calf, where the muscle is larger and better able to tolerate gentle, non-restrictive pressure, preventing a pressure point from forming right at the ankle or the lower shin. Second, the extra material provides a gentle, supportive envelope for the lower leg, which can feel very comforting. The best socks are often those that come up to just below the knee, providing a uniform, gentle embrace across the whole lower leg. This distributes the pressure more evenly, eliminating any tight pressure lines around the ankle. If you are going to wear an ankle sock, ensure that the elastic band is barely noticeable and does not leave any mark on your skin after wearing. Choose the length that allows the sock's weave to spread its gentle grip over the largest area possible. Now that we know the problems, let's quickly debunk 3 common misconceptions that keep people in the wrong socks. The first myth: socks should be tight to help with swelling. The reality is that while compression is vital for some, most over-the-counter socks that feel tight are just poorly designed with a high-tension cuff. This tightness is often uneven and stops the flow abruptly, causing a damming effect above the tight band, not a beneficial squeeze. You need graduated, intentional compression, not simple tightness. If a sock leaves a deep indentation, it's hurting, not helping, you're swelling. The pressure must be gentle and spread out. The second myth: expensive socks are always better. The reality is, not true. Many high-end athletic socks are designed with features like arch supports, thick padding, or highly technical tight bands that are great for a marathon runner, but terrible for senior foot comfort. They often prioritize aggressive support over gentle, non-constricting fabric. The best socks for sensitive feet are often inexpensive, simple, non-binding diabetic socks that focus on seamless construction and soft wicking material, not on high-tech features. The third myth: you should wear the same sock thickness year-round. The reality is, your shoe fit changes depending on the time of day and the temperature. Wearing a thick sock in summer can lead to overheating and excess moisture, worsening skin health. Conversely, a thin sock in winter may not provide enough insulation, leading to excessively cold feet, which can exacerbate discomfort. You need a seasonal sock rotation: ultra-lightweight wicking seamless socks for summer, and slightly thicker, seamless non-binding wool blend socks for cold weather. Your foot health demands adaptability. So, how do you put this into practice? Here is your daily foot health blueprint. A simple, actionable routine you can start today. Step 1. The morning sock check daily. Immediately after your shower, before you put any socks on, inspect your feet. Look for any redness, cuts, blisters, or signs of dry, cracked skin. If you find anything, address it before covering it up. Then, choose your sock. It must be a designated, non-binding, seamless, moisture-wicking sock. The material should feel soft, not scratchy, and the cuff should feel like a gentle hug, not a squeeze. Step 2. The midday elevation break daily. Even the best socks need a break from gravity. For 10 to 15 minutes around midday, take your shoes off and elevate your feet above the level of your heart. You can do this by lying down and propping your feet up on a couple of pillows. This simple act dramatically assists the return of blood flow from your feet, reducing that heavy, tired feeling that builds up throughout the day. It's a crucial habit regardless of the sock you wear. Step 3 is the foot hydration rule, to be done nightly. After you've taken your socks off for the night, apply a simple, gentle, non-perfumed moisturizer to your feet. Here's the critical part: never apply lotion between your toes. Keeping the skin between your toes dry is essential for preventing issues. Moisturizing the tops and bottoms of your feet maintains skin elasticity, making your skin less prone to cracking, which in turn reduces the risk of open sores. Step 4 is the 15-day sock evaluation, a short-term goal. Commit to wearing only the correct, non-binding seamless socks for 15 days straight. At the end of this period, evaluate your daily comfort. Are your feet less clammy at night? Is the tingling sensation reduced even slightly? Is there less swelling at the end of the day? Most people report a noticeable improvement in overall foot comfort and a reduction in that frustrating tight sensation around the ankle and calf. Step 5 is the 60 to 90-day shoe fit recheck, a long-term goal. After 2 to 3 months of consistently wearing the correct socks and implementing this daily routine, you should notice a significant difference in your mobility and comfort. At this point, revisit your shoes. Because the correct sock is often thinner and less bulky than many cotton or athletic socks you may have been wearing, your shoes may now feel too loose. This is a good sign, as it means your foot has more room to move naturally, which improves stability and balance. However, it may also mean you need to add a slightly thicker, softer insert, or even consider a half-size change in your shoes to maintain a safe, snug fit. Imagine 90 days from now. You wake up, and when you slip your feet into your new soft, seamless socks, the feeling is one of comfort, not constriction. You take your morning walk, not with a hesitance because of burning sensations, but with confidence and stability. That daily low-level stress of foot discomfort is replaced by a gentle, supportive feeling. This isn't a complex medical procedure or an expensive prescription. It's a simple foundational change, starting right in your sock drawer, that can profoundly impact your mobility and your quality of life. You have the power to make this simple switch today. Don't let a simple piece of fabric be the silent cause of your daily discomfort. I genuinely hope this video has offered you clarity and practical steps to improve your daily foot comfort. My aim is always to provide information that helps you live your best life with greater ease and confidence. There's a video on screen now about the 3 most common home hazards for seniors that you might find valuable to watch next.